Hello, participants. We will begin the session in next 2 to 3 minutes because still others are joining us. Thank you. Okay, participants, I welcome you all. This side, Bhumika Brahmbhatt. I am from Team Legal Vidya. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your live webinar on the belong firewalls, legal safeguard in cyber law and data protection, organized by Legal Vidya. As I introduce myself, I will be your host of the today's Enlight session. To kickstart this webinar, let me introduce briefly about what exactly Legal Vidya stands for. Legal Vidya is established in 2021. We have successfully completed 5 years of the Legal Vidya as an online education tech platform. We are committed to nutricide legal education in a various form out there, providing a various opportunity, including the internship, webinars, workshops, certified courses, designed to cater the need within the legal domain. We also provide we are providing an enriched platform for the individual to showcase their legal expertise through their article publication, forecasting a vibrant community to legal disclosing and knowledge exchanging with students, research, or working profession out there. You can be a part of Legal Vidya if you are in the need of any of this kind of opportunity out there. If you are not knowing, please check out on our website. We are having numbers of the opportunity out there for you. Also, today's webinar title, as you have known, Beyond the Firewalls, Legal Safeguard in a Cyber Law and Data Protection, is especially crafted for the law students and legal profession and tech enthusiasts eager to explore the complex intersection of technology and the law in the modern digital landscape. With the cybercrime and data are globally crime are growing globally. Understanding the legal framework that protects the personal and organizational data are more critical than ever. In this session, we will deep into Data Protection Regulation and Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023. Participants will gain valuable insight into the cybercrime, privacy right, compliance obligation, and the legal remedies available to the victim of the data misuse, real world cases, and the current enforcement scenario will be help you to better understand the practical challenges and the solution involved in data security and privacy, both in India and globally. You will get to know number of the stuff out there, whether you are aiming to specialize technological law, understanding your digital rights, or simply stay updated with the evolving legal standard. This session will equip you with knowledge that are both relevant and actionable in the digital era. And now it's my honor to introduce our estimated speaker of the evening, Advocate Prachi Gupta ma'am. Advocate Prachi Gupta ma'am is distinguished legal profession practicing at High Court and various district court of Delhi, known for his razor sharp legal insight and deep grounding in a commercial matter. She consistently brings a strategical thinking to the every cases. An alumni of the prescribed University of Delhi, Prachi ma'am has completed her education at two of its more estimated institutes. One is Shri Ram College of Commerce and the Faculty of the Law. This unique combination of the commerce and the legal studies equip her with a broader business sensitive approach to handle a corporate law, commercial litigation, and civil dispute. Throughout her career, she has earned a reputation from her client-centered approach, consistency, delivery, clarity, professionalism, and the result in a high-stake legal matter. Her commitment to the justice and the ability to transfer complex legal theory into the effective courtroom advocacy make her a respected name in the legal fraternity. This session is being recorded, and the recording will be shared with all the who have registered in this webinar. I will kindly request all the participants, please do not um, sorry, switch on your camera or a speaker, because it can create a disturbance to the speaker. If ma'am is asking you, then you are free to. The Q&A will be at the end of the session. Without further delay, let me extremely welcome to the Advocate Prachi Gupta ma'am. Over to you, ma'am. All respect and floor is on of yours. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am. Oh, ma'am, you are not audible, I think so.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, you are audible now.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Bhumika, for your very highly introduction. So, a warm welcome of all of you from my side as well. First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to the Legal Vidya platform, which have provided me such a great opportunity. Like, I am little surprised on seeing the number of people in this session. So, without wasting further time, I would directly like to share my PPT and discuss with the current session. Okay. Okay, let me share with you the PPT I have made. Bhumika, can you please just confirm, like, is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible, completely visible.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'm Advocate Prachi, your speaker in today's session. And today I'm going to throw some light over the very trending topic of cybercrime and data protection. Starting with the very basic introduction of what is cyber law and why do we actually need it.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Your voice is little bit slowing down in between, breaking down in between. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Is it clear now?
It's way better. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you ever find some problem, please interrupt me.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you.
My screen is visible, right?
Yes, ma'am. Your screen is visible.
Okay. Thank you, Bhumika. So yeah. As you all know, in today's world, the internet is no longer just a tool. It has become a necessity. I may add that to roti, kapda and makan, internet is another necessity. From grocery shopping to connecting with our friends or running an entire business through online, everything has become digitalized. And that's why, just like the real world, we need some rules, regulations, and laws for this internet world too. So, cyber law is nothing just a specialized branch of law that makes rules for the internet world. It is also known as digital law. From fighting with the high tech cybercrimes like hacking, online frauds, it also protects our personal data and privacy by regulating e commerce transactions, our intellectual property, and thus cyber law plays a very crucial role in our day to day life. Okay, so now talking about the cyber crimes, there are n number of cyber crimes. Okay. As there is no limit to the thinking of human brain, it can be used positively and negatively. I cannot cover all of them, so this is just an indicative list of major categories of cybercrime. First one is cyber stalking. Similar to the physical stalking, it simply means that someone using the internet to follow or monitor some other person's online activity. Only intent to harm that person's reputation or mental peace, making them feel uncomfortable or maybe threatened. Next, we will take up the category of phishing. Phishing refers to an attempt to steal sensitive information. Typically, I can say your credentials like credit card information, your email address, your password, your bank account information, and many more. Third category is a little broader in terms, which will be as financial fraud. So, this financial fraud is very prevalent these days. It occurs when someone tries to steal your money or other financial asset from you through cheating. This can be done in any form like insurance fraud, investment false claim, OTP scams, payment issues, and many more are developing daily. Talking about the next category, cyberbullying. It is similar to what we used to hear in school or colleges. Cyberbullying is a online type of bullying which includes posting or sharing some negative or false content about some someone's personal data on public platforms. It can include sharing your private information which can cause humiliation or embarrassment to that person. These all type of crimes are punishable in Indian law system. Moving to the next slide, I tried to cover some more examples to give you a clarity. Though this is not an exhaustive list, but here are some other categories also. First one is cyber hacking, which is not something you new. You must all have been aware about this. It simply means that stealing data, harming the internal software of your computer, your mobile, or any electronic device to gain unauthorized access for which you haven't given your consent. And hackers use this information against you in a dangerous manner. Next is a very new and interesting type of cybercrime, that is digital arrest scam. Scammers pretend themselves as officials from various agencies like CBI, judge, or local police. And they try to threaten you that you are accused or found guilty in so and so crime, and now you are digitally arrested. They may demand you some kind of money in the form of fine or punishment. Always remember one thing, that there is no provision like digital arrest under Indian criminal law. So there is no need to panic at all. If someone or you or your known one ever comes into this situation, ever becomes a victim of such scam, do not panic. You can always ask that person for their name, their organization, their ID, and contact number. It is your right to ask for them. Do not disclose any kind of sensitive information like your Aadhaar number, any bank detail, any OTP over that phone call or online. Okay, moving to the next category of identity theft. It is also a kind of old type of cybercrime which is very uh, prevalent in the society. So here the scammers try to pretend like they are you. They impersonify your identity. They may steal your public profile picture. They may use your name, your email address, or any other credential to commit fraud. And later on, you will be liable because they use your identity. So it is known as identity theft. Last we have on this list is cyber squatting, which is a very serious crime. So cyber squatting means to use a domain name with the intent to make profit from the goodwill of that trademark, which belongs to someone else. Cyber squatting can be called a form of trademark infringement also. People in this hack and use already existing trademark to earn the profit and gain from the goodwill, which is very serious and punishable in India. Okay, so now after categorizing the cyber crimes, we will discuss about the legal remedies available to the victims of data misuse. If you ever face into the cybercrime situation, what legal remedies as a victim you have? Many legal acts are there in the Indian law system. We will first talk about the Information Technology Act 2000, which was later amended in 2008. So it is India's main law dealing with anything that happens online or with computers. It provides for both civil as well as criminal liability for acts done as offenses. Okay. Now we will look at some of its provision. I will cover the major provisions which are relevant for our session. Section 40. This section covers every type of unauthorized access to a computer, may it be downloading or hacking the data without your consent, with the only motive to cause harm to your device. Okay, so in simple terms, it means if someone messes with your computer or any software or any electronic devices without your consent, they can be made liable to pay compensation under IT Act 2000. Talking about the next section, which is section 66, if a person secretly breaks into your computer system or a website to steal some data, it's called hacking and it is punishable. It can be up to 3 years of imprisonment or a fine up to 5 lakh or maybe both. Okay. Then there are sections from 66B to 66F that deals with particular types of cybercrime and their respective punishments. Section 67B specifically deals with child pornography, which is a very serious crime in Indian law system and it is punishable. Under Section 69, the government has the power to ask the company or the intermediary to read or intercept any information if it is necessary for national security. So it is a kind of proviso, or we can say exception to all the sections we have just discussed. Okay, now moving to the newly enacted BNS, Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita 2023. As you all know, it is a very new act, newly enacted. It also includes specific provisions concerning different cyber crimes. Okay, I have covered the major sections here. Section 75. It deals with sexual harassment. How it is related to cybercrime? So, if a person sexually harassed, makes unwanted sexual advances through online mode, through any social media, through any website or computer electronic devices, in any digital form, it will fall under Section 75 and it is punishable. Talking about the next section, 77. So it applies to people making or sharing someone's private images without consent. It is a criminal offense. Moving to the next section, 78, stalking. As we have already discussed this as a category of cybercrime in our previous slide, it criminalizes both online stalking as well as physical stalking done in a digitalized way, and it is punishable. Section 111 includes cyber crimes done by organized criminal groups, such as hacking for a big group of people and large scale online frauds. Section 616. It refers to the theft of digital assets, including data or cryptocurrency or any financial asset, maybe your shares, other currencies, taken without your consent or without your access. Section 318 talks about cheating and how is it relevant to cyber law. So this provision applies to online kind of cheating, online frauds, scams we hear in news here and now in our daily life. Okay, like phishing, like hacking, using any electronic platform or device to commit the Section 152, threats to national sovereignty. Okay, so this section is relevant to cyber law or cyber threat because it deals when a communication or threat is given to the security of nation via electronic device. Then this section comes into implementation. And if any person incite a rebellion against the government, this section applies to there also. Like, for example, spreading rumors or funding terrorist movement through digital channels will activate this section. Okay, I hope this legal provisions are a little more clear to you. I am able to explain a little bit to you. Okay, so here I have put some clippings of some famous movies and series based on cybercrime. You all must be familiar with at least one of these. As we know that cinema reflects about the society, so these series are a perfect example of how fast the cybercrime business is expanding. You can recognize by these names also. Okay, so now here I have tried to put some examples of silly mistakes we tend to do in our daily life, even after having knowledge of all this. This can be made a little interactive also. If you want to give your input, you can just raise your hand or unmute yourself if there is option. Otherwise, we can discuss this later. So these are very basic and common mistakes we do. Like people often use their date of birth, their initials, their surname as their password, which we all know are very vulnerable and are an easy target for the criminal. Unnecessary access. So here I mean to say the access we give to the applications we download or install in our mobile devices. Like if I have to install any application uh, in my mobile, I have to permit of the microphone, camera, location, my all the media files, which sometimes are not necessary for every application. So try to monitor these kind of activities on your phone from time to time. It is a very small act but very crucial for your safety, for your data safety. And we all must agree on this in today's time. Our lives are personal but not so private. As we fall of sharing each and every information on our social media. Like where are we going, what are we eating, whom we are moving. So like just try to be vigilant of what you are posting on your social media or your public profile. Okay, next talking about the suspicious links. We are very well aware that we shouldn't click on any link from an unknown source. May it be from bank or may it be any sale offer, okay, which is very attractive, but it might install some kind of virus in our electronic device. So we should be very vigilant. And rest all can be easily understood, which is very common, I guess. Okay, so this is a very important part of this session. That if you ever become a victim of cybercrime, what steps you should take. Okay, here I have simplified and provided you a step by step guide to file a complaint for cybercrime at the government portal. There's this government portal that categorizes the complaint of cybercrime into three categories. Okay, cybercrime against women and children, financial fraud, and all other cybercrimes are categorized into the third category. Okay, to file a comprehensive complaint, you must gather all the relevant information and evidence related to that cybercrime happened. This might include some screenshots you have, some financial receipts, maybe you have done any transaction, etc. Okay, moving to the next step, when you have gathered all the necessary information and the evidences, you visit the National cybercrime portal and choose the relevant category. You will be required to register by providing your email address and mobile number. Just like any other website, you log in and you first register and log in. Okay. Now, for filing the complaint, there is a form which you will need to fill. The form will ask you about your general information, cybercrime information, or suspect information if you have any. In general information, you will be asked to fill up about your name, identity, address, ID proofs, etc. And for cybercrime information, if you have any data like date and time of the cybercrime, what type of cybercrime happened, description of the information. So put all that information to that form. And lastly, attach all the evidences and proof you have gathered before filling up the form. After submitting the complaint, you will receive a confirmation message along with a unique complaint ID. Now, this ID is crucial for tracking the status of your case throughout the portal. Additionally, you will also receive an email with the same details to track your complaint. Okay. So you will receive a unique ID and an email to track your complaint on the portal. Now, this we have talked about the portal. But what are the alternate or I can say immediate remedies? Okay. Number one is FIR at police station. Victims can directly visit their nearest station and report the first information report. You can visit any police station nearby you and register a zero FIR. Many cities in India have dedicated cybercrime cell that specialized in handling the digital offenses. So you can also directly approach to them also. And lastly, the helpline number 1930. I guess we all are familiar with this number and we have learned this number by heart now, that too in Amitabh Bachchan voice. So this is the immediate assistant for you. You can call the helpline and report your uh, problem which you have faced. And now, okay, so here are some figures and numericals which reflects the increasing threat of cybercrime in daily life. Like gradually it is increasing. You can see the shocking numbers of digital arrest and financial frauds. And here's the alarming need that one should be very vigilant about what is happening digitally around them. You must be seeing these type of news around you daily. This has become a routine thing now. Okay. Now here I want to discuss about some of the myths we form in our mind related to the cybercrime or cyber law. First one is that small businesses aren't targets for cyber attacks, but in reality, small companies or small organizations are a very easy target as they lack big infrastructure or security measures. Okay. So if you are a small entity or you are starting your business, you should be very well aware that you need a high-tech security for your data. Second is antivirus software is enough protection. No. Honestly speaking, this is important, but this is just a beginning layer of security, nothing else. Hackers are way more ahead of time. Uh, Lastly, we have a myth in our mind that strong passwords are enough. We have created a very complex password, and now no one can hack my website, no one can hack my social media. No, this is not enough. Most of the applications nowadays provide for two-factor authentication, and that is actually adds a crucial layer of protection to your data. What I meant for multi-factor or two-factor authentication is that you will receive an OTP on your registered mobile number or email even after entering the user ID or password. So this will add on a security layer. And these some of the measures we should definitely take in our daily life to secure our most important data. Okay, now I would like to switch over the slide and topic to the digital protection. I am sharing right now and I'll share the digital protection slide. Is my screen visible?
No, ma'am, it's not visible.
Okay. Bhumika, is it visible now?
Mm, no, ma'am, it's not visible.
Bhumika, I guess it should be visible
It's
now.
with, yeah, yes, ma'am, it's visible now, completely.
Okay, all right. Thank you once again. Okay. Cyber law and data protection are interconnected, but yet sev- severable topics. So I have separated the two topics, so it will be easier for you to understand. Okay. Uh, Talking about the Digital Personal Data Protection Act, I will use the term DP Act in my entire session. So it is India's new law to protect our personal information in this digital world. It is like a rule book for how companies and organizations must handle individuals' data digitally online. Okay. This act covers both form of data collected online or offline and later digitalized. Okay, now to understand the act better, the involvement of act is related to the constitutional right to privacy. In the landmark judgment of Justice K.S. Puttaswamy versus Union of India, the Supreme Court of India recognized the right to privacy as a fundamental right under Article 21 of Indian Constitution. The Article 21 deals with the right to life and personal liberty. I will also talk about this landmark judgment in my later slides also. Okay, let's take a brief look at the history and evolution of DPDP Act. It has a very long and interesting history of several years. In the year 2017, the government formed a committee led by Justice V.N. Sri Krishna to create a draft law for data protection. This was the very first serious attempt at comprehensive data protection framework in India. They gathered the public feedback and submitted a detailed report. Based on this report, the government introduced the Personal Data Protection Bill in 2019 in Parliament. This bill went through various discussions and was sent to a special parliamentary committee for examination. Even after all these examination discussions, the government decided to withdraw the 2019 bill because the digital world was evolving like a bullet speed, and the bill needs to evolve with this also. So in November 2022, they released a new draft for public feedback. Finally, on 11th August 2023, the President of India gave her approval, officially making the draft bill as the Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023. Okay. This DPDP Act empowers the citizens of India with various rights. I will discuss some of them here. Firstly, right to information. You have the right to ask a company that what personal data they have about you. You can ask how they got it, they are what why they are using it, from where they have got your information, and with whom they are sharing your personal data. Next right is right to correction. If you find that your personal data is inaccurate, incomplete, or outdated, they have to fix it. Once you make a request to the company, they are legally bound to correct, complete, or update your personal data as per the requirement. Moving on to the next right to grievance redressal. So this is your fundamental right to complain and seek a solution. If you believe your personal data hasn't been handled correctly by an organization, it hasn't been misused, you can directly approach the company and make a complaint to their internal redressal system. And if you still find the issue is not resolved, you can escalate your complaint to the Data Protection Board formed under this act. I will discuss about the Data Protection Board in my next slide. Okay, moving to the next right we have as a citizen, right to nominate. This right lets you pick a digital guardian for your online information, just like you appoint a nominee for your bank accounts or agent. So it is like a digital guardian for your digital information and data. Here comes the Data Protection Board of India, established under this act. So DPBI is the central regulatory authority established by the DPDP Act to handle the customers' grievances, which also imposes penalties for non-compliance, for any breach of data, for any misuse of data. If your digital privacy rights are violated and you can't get the company to fix it, this board is the place where you can get the justice. So its main job is to make sure the companies and organizations actually follow the rules of DPDP Act when they handle your personal private data digitally. Okay. The DPDP Act provides and imposes some obligations to the data fiduciaries. But let us first understand the term data fiduciary. These are the companies, organizations, or even government bodies that collect, store, and decide how to use your personal information. If you give your name, phone number, email ID, or any other detail to an app, website, or any other entity that becomes a data fiduciary for your data under the DPDP Act. Now let us take a look on the obligations. Before the data fiduciary collect any of your personal data, they must ask for your clear and specific consent. Next, data should be used for that specific reason only, which they have told you while obtaining your consent. If despite their precautions and efforts, there's some accidental loss or illegal access of data, they must inform you and the board about the breach of data. Next is they also need to provide contact details for a grievance officer or a designated person to handle your complaints. Okay. And some other obligations are there, like if the digital data which they have stored on their website is no longer needed, then they should delete that data. And there are many more obligations. I have covered many major ones. Okay. Now, let us look at some of the major landmark judgments related to right to privacy and data protection. First is MP Sharma versus Satish Chandra. In this case, petitioners argued for a right to privacy, contending that the search warrant issued by the court was an unreasonable interference into their private affairs. So, in this case, basically, the company was accused of financial misconduct, and the court ordered for a search warrant in their private or personal property as well. The Supreme Court did not recognize the right to privacy as a fundamental right in this case, especially giving the reason for security and safety of society. Moving to the next judgment. This judgment also not recognize the right to privacy as a fundamental right. But why I have put it here, this is very important because of Justice Subba Rao dissenting opinion, which later on incorporated by Supreme Court itself in its landmark judgments. Govind versus State of Madhya Pradesh was the very first time when privacy obtained acceptance under the personal liberty of Indian Constitution. And here comes the landmark judgment of K.S. Puttaswamy versus Union of India, which is very well known by every law student. In this, right to privacy clearly achieved the status of fundamental right, and it became a very important thing under the golden triangle of Article 14, Article 19, and Article 21. This judgment overruled the previous judgments where right to privacy was not recognized as a fundamental right. Okay, this was the last judgment I have covered. So, this was the case where call recording was the legal issue, whether it is considered a breach of privacy or not. So, the Honorable Court decided that phone tapping is permissible only in the cases of public emergency and safety requirement. Now, moving to the end of my presentation, importance of right to privacy in India. This we all know that privacy is a alarming concern for today's era. Privacy as a fundamental right is very crucial for us. There can be several points highlighting its importance, but I have covered only the major ones. And maybe you can also add to this list that whatever you find should be the importance of right to privacy of your personal data, of your private data digitally. First, I have covered the threat of artificial intelligence. This isn't just about the hackers stealing your data. It's about the artificial intelligence ability to collect, to analyze, and to use your personal information in such a ways that we cannot even imagine. Your mobile tracks your every activity from restaurant to Oyo. You just need to utter a product name and boom. Next minute, you start seeing all the related advertisements. Isn't this should be a concerning for all of us? Next, I have covered about the medical data. So, your medical records contain the most intimate details about your physical as well as mental health and also about your lifestyle choices. Healthcare organizations are a prime target for cyber attack. If any medical data is leaked by any hospital, any insurance company, there is a big lash. This can be sold by the hackers in a huge amount, which we cannot even think of. Next, and I guess the last I have covered about the financial data. So everyone wants to safeguard their financial privacy and your financial details, your financial data about your banks, about your daily transactions is at the highest risk of leak. Maybe it is from ranging from a small Paytm transaction to maybe a crore transaction. All should be protected from cybercrime. All you should have the right to privacy to safeguard your financial data. So these are the major ones which I have covered to show the importance of right to privacy as a fundamental right in our daily life, as our right in our constitution. So with this, I have completed my session. I hope that I am able to clarify some of your doubts and to make you understand about the topic. And now I would like to welcome your queries and questions. Thank you so much. I will stop sharing here.
Yes, participants, one by one, raising your hand, you can ask your query to ma'am. It's open. Please for maintain the discipline, and one by one, you are welcome to ask to the respected speaker out there. Yes. Yes, Shraddha, you can.
I guess Legal Vidya will share you the PPT. I will share with them. So do not worry on this. You will get the PPT.
Also, I have shared out the feedback to the session link, feedback form link. So please, all of you, fill out there and please do let us know that how was your experience during this webinar out there. Informative information is shared by ma'am with the latest case, landmark cases. So I really hope you really have insight of the session. Guys, I'm still just in the chat box, ma'am, someone is asking what are the important books on the cyber law to read?
Okay. So may I know, like, are you a law student pursuing the cyber law, or what you're currently doing? Law student in second year. Okay. So you must have a subject of cyber law in your syllabus. Okay. There are a number of authors about the cyber crime, about the cyber law, but I would suggest, like, if you want to practice about the cyber law, first try to understand the Bear Act. Okay, this is a very simple Bear Act. You may read the Information Technology Act and VNS as well, and read the relevant provision, and then approach a book of any author. I will also provide you the authors list in the end of my PPT. I'll add a page.
Shraddha, you have to just unmute yourself. You do not require permission from our side. You just have to unmute yourself, I think so, because we do not mute it.
The very
Uh,
famous book is Pavan Dugal, if you specifically ask for author.
Also, someone is asking, ma'am, will cyber crime course be helpful for the corporate lawyer or for the working in a corporate firm sector?
Definitely, this is a very encouraging field. This is very developing in today's world. Everything is going online. So, how can someone not value this branch of law? You definitely try to practice in this law. This is very emerging branch of law. It is useful for a corporate lawyer as well as if you practice independently as an advocate in the courts also. So it is helpful in both the sides.
So someone is asking, ma'am, in my college 5-year LLB course for the specialization, is there constitution, corporate and criminal, but my interest in a criminal law. So which one is the best for now? Because when I do master, I will choose cyber law. That's why I am asking.
who has asked this. Anirban, actually, your question is not quite clear. Can you just unmute yourself and ask?
Yes, participants, you can unmute yourself. You do not
You
require any
can
permission.
definitely choose your masters in any subject, irrespective of what the subject you have read in your graduation. So if you have keen interest in cyber law, go ahead. Bhumika, please check if we are not missing on any question.
Yes, ma'am, I'm just checking out them only.
See, this is a 1 hour webinar, so I cannot cover the wholesome topic. This is a very vast topic of cyber law, which we deal in our daily life. So I tried to cover most of the topics, but if you still have any doubt, you can also directly contact me, or you can ask your questions here also.
Any help related to cyber law, internship, and IP would be appreciated. They are asking about the internship, ma'am.
Internships. Okay, so cyber law related internships, you will find mostly in the corporate sector. Okay. I currently do not have the direct links as I am practicing in the litigation field. But okay, so this I will note it down and I'll try to find on this internships or topic which will help the students to gather more information. I will share the links or any contacts which I will find on related to cyber law internship.
Okay, ma'am, we can just wrap out because some questions are similar out there. And thank you so much, ma'am, for your such valuable time out there to the participants and to the Legal Vidya. We are very thankful to you for providing your valuable time. And it was wonderful session on the digital era to note the various law out there, which are very important in a present time to know out. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining out.
Thank you. Just one more request. Legal Vidya, like, can you just share my LinkedIn ID? Many people are
Definitely.
asking for this.
Definitely, I will just share. If I'm
Yeah,
having, I
please
will
do
just
that.
share. Otherwise, we will share in the group itself to them, ma'am.
We will
All
share
right,
the LinkedIn link while giving them certificates.
all right, all
Yes,
right. It's your call. Thank you so much.
thank you, ma'am, for joining.